talking about bad, inaccurate predictions for whenever this is going to come out. What do you think of the odds that there'll be a Star Fox game announced
for the Switch 2? 0 chance.
I'm going to say 0.5.
Yeah, it might happen.
Well, to be fair,
we had Star Fox Zero on the Wii U.
Yeah, my guy. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was That was a decade ago, and the game was not very well received. It
was fine.
I know, but I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying it wasn't very well received.
I know. I'm not yelling at you.
No one gave a shit.
So that was probably why it's been 10 years since we've had another one.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And also, to be fair, I feel like when it comes to Star Fox, Nintendo just doesn't know what to do with the series at all, because it seems like whenever they make a new Star Fox game, it's just Star Fox 64 again.
Welcome to Star Fox 2, everybody.
Yeah. They tried doing something.
The unreleased fucking video game
that's been released for quite a while by now.
That's been released since the fucking SNES Classic came out.
Which is awesome.
It is awesome. I'm really glad they brought it back. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin, Star Fox.
Yeah, and the other thing about it though is when it comes to Star Fox is like, if they're not just remaking Star Fox 64, they're just doing something completely out of left field, like Star Fox Adventures.
Star Fox Adventures is fun though.
Or Command, or
I haven't touched Command. I have no idea.
I haven't played many Star Fox games. I know the story is like a soap opera.
Fair.
Yeah, Star Fox Adventures is a lot of fun, and they should just do Star Fox Assault more often, where you can go on foot. It's fun.
You see, I think Star Fox Assault was like the one that people seem to enjoy. At the very least, people like the multiplayer of Star Fox Assault a lot.
Oh, the multiplayer
awesome.
fucking rules.
I know the campaign was a little bit more divisive, but like people seem to really like the multiplayer. The only one I've really put any amount of time into is 64, which, you know, I liked it. It's good. It makes sense that that's the one they keep coming back to.
Well, yeah, because everybody likes Star Fox 64.
It's like, okay, cool. Where do we go from here? I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. They're just like, do the first one again. Do 64 again.
Miyamoto does a fat bump and then says...
Fat bump.
And then says...
That says, what if we did that again?
And then what if we did it again?
I mean, if it ain't broke, I guess.
Well, it is funny, that's not even like far from the truth, because Miyamoto was known to go into the offices of the Argonauts employees working on Star Fox and just rip a cigarette like in their office, because it was like the one place in the building he could smoke. And so he would like wander in there, and like he'd wander into the Argonaut software, you know, offices at Nintendo, you know, where the Star Fox devs were working, rip a cigarette, and then mumble something about like trees or whatever to the devs, and then leave.
What? What were they working on?
Star Fox.
No, which one?
The first one.
What the fuck?
Argonaut was basically coming down, like kind of pushing the lead for the, you know, the 3D tech that Star Fox used.
Oh.
So they approached Nintendo with it. Nintendo was impressed by it, and then, you know, had them work on a game for them. So they were working like in Japan with Nintendo on this game, and so it was a bunch of Brits who went over there to work on it.
Gotcha.
And where they were assigned to work was the one place in the building Miyamoto could smoke. So,
yeah. So they're just like, what if we had a fox and you dinosaurs?
I love also that you're like, he mumbled something about trees in a space game where there are barely any trees.
Well,
yeah.
That's like those are the types of conversations Miyamoto has been known to have. He'll just wander into like a dev space, say something about something completely unrelated, and then leave. Like
what a crazy guy.
And it's up to the team to try to interpret what he meant and take it as advice.
Wow.
Like there's a very famous example of that in Metroid Prime, where Miyamoto came to visit Retro Studios in Texas when they were working on the game.
Yeah.
You know, because Metroid Prime was made by Retro, who is an American-based studio.
Right.
He showed up, came into the office, saw the progress that was coming out with Metroid Prime, and he goes, "It's really cool. What if Samus had a bug's head?"
Huh?
And then left.
And
their interpretation of that was to have the multiple visor system where you could like scan objects and stuff.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
And that did end up being a core mechanic.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how like the scan visor became a thing. But also, how the fuck do you interpret that?
What if
My
you had a
God.
bug head?
What if she had a bug
Oh,
set?
I get it, because multiple eyes. So you're like, oh, so you have multiple different kinds of vision.
Yeah, I guess that's what they interpreted, and Miyamoto seemed to like it. So it was
So
as a producer on the game.
He
But
did
it's
that
like-
thing he does where he puts his thumb up.
Yeah, he puts his thumb up and liquid comes out of his teeth.
Yeah. That's my favorite kind.
It's my favorite Miyamoto moment.
Yeah.
Mia moment.
a Mia moment.
Me a moment.
What a Mia moment.
I like how
Me
now,
oh my.
I like now in his old age, like instead of retire, he doesn't really like work directly produce games anymore. But instead of retiring, he just kind of wanders around and becomes the spokesman for Nintendo at theme parks. It's great.
Yeah,
I
that's
kind of like
true.
that.
It's
I mean,
funny.
he is an icon, so.
Yeah.
He is.
For better and for worse, but I know I love him as a dev.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just imagine. You saw what happened
And he
when.
had a range.
You saw what happened when Stan Lee died. Imagine when Miyamoto dies.
Oh, it's gonna be
People are gonna sob openly on the internet.
Well, it's gonna
Yeah.
be kind of like when Akira Toriyama died, and the entire country of Mexico had a state
Shut
of mourning
down.
for him.
Yeah. They all shut down. The cartel was like, you know what? No crime today.
No time today. We honor.
That's
we,
not a joke.
we honor Toriyama-san and read Dragon Ball together.
Yeah. We're out of Dragon Balls, guys.
Do you guys think that Dragon Ball fans went around the world to try to find the Dragon Balls to bring them back?
Some probably did.
I think I found the Dragon Balls. I don't want them.
I don't want the Dragon Balls.
No. They're full. They're full. They're full.
They're full.
They're full.
Would you rather them be empty?
I just would rather not anymore.
Would you rather be full and unsatisfied? Or would you rather have them be empty and sad?
Or would you rather have an Arby's sandwich?
What the fuck?
Whenever I hear like some of my favorite like creators, like the quirky stories of like their dev processes, it's always really funny to me. Like pretty much any time I read any sort of like reports on the development cycles of any of the Metal Gear games with some of the advices Kojima would have for his team, it's always hilarious. Despite the fact that he puts his name on everything, his games are very much collaborative processes.
Sure.
And like for example, with like MGS2 and onwards, he had this thing where he assigned every one of his employees to have basically a journal they kept with them where they would write down whatever ideas they had every single day and then kind of report them to see if they had any like any creative inspiration worth potentially putting in the game, which is a cool way they actually got some of the mechanics in the game that were just random ideas that came to people that they just jotted down and then kind of compiled.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're working and playing the same thing over and over and over again, you tend to think of ways to make it better over time.
Yeah.
But then a lot of them are like him trying to do something weird and then having the entire team fight him to say no. Like
And then he does it anyway.
like one I think I mentioned before in the Metal Gear playthrough, he was working on I forget if it was Police Knots or Snatcher, one of the point and click games he did before Metal Gear Solid.
Sure.
Where he wanted there to it was like a murder mystery with like a detective game. And
I do remember this.
yeah, it was the one where he tried to pitch to the team or pitch to the executives to have the disc be made out of a special paint that'll melt in your disc drive and smell like blood.
That would have been awful.
There, I could see the problem with that one.
Another one is in MGS3. There's a really famous boss fight, which is like this very lengthy sniper duel where there's a ton of different ways to play it. The fight can go by quick or can go by really long depending on your strategy. But he originally wanted it to take 2 real-world weeks to beat.
Oh my
Jesus.
God. Why?
He's a kooky guy.
What's the 2 weeks for?
Because to simulate, like what a real like desperate sniper duel would be, 2 sides picking out each other off across a map. What they actually ended up going with simulates the feeling of a long drawn out sniper duel without actually being that fucking long.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Nice hit.
Thanks, man. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Leon.
It's a frog eat. Whatever the fuck he is world out there. Chameleon?
Frog eat
Chameleon.
dog.
It's frog eat dog world.
Where'd he go? Bingo?
A frog eat pog world.
Frog eat pog. What's happening right now?
Andros is...
He's sending his funny dragon.
Go play with your pet. Whatever that means.
Oh, God.
Big boy.
The Mirage Dragoon. It's Andros's cock.
Oh, it's the Imagine Dragon.
Yo, open wide.
What would you want for if they were to make a brand new Star Fox game?
Picture this. Grocery store, 1950s.
Picture
You
this.
walk up to the register. You
Adventures
see
2, baby!
Adventures 2!
the adventures of the grocery store manager.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. That was fast.
Fox gets mad at an employee.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
game. No, that's every
Wait,
game.
was there a face in the fucking sky?
Was there?
Back about, use the rewind feature for just like, back, right up until,
Like there?
yeah, is that a fucking face?
It
Doesn't
kind of looks like it, yeah.
That's fucking ominous as fuck. I hate that.
Creepy.
I gotta go stop the missile. No,
Stop
the
the
missile
missile.
knows where it is because it knows where it isn't.
Oh, it hit!
It's only 5% damage. It's fine.
Don't let it happen again. Oh, missile on your left, missile on your left, missile on your left. What are you doing?
I need to get to the carriers and the missiles will stop altogether. Also, there's a station there that's destroying them
Oh.
if it sees it.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If I were to pitch like an actual Star Fox game, I think I would just be like, do Assault again, but like just like tighten up the controls, tighten up the story a little bit, make the on-foot segments like a little more, like a little faster paced, tighten up the vehicle controls.
You know what I'd be curious to see, actually?
Just do that.
Like a Star Fox FPS game.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It's like that one time. It's like that one time they were gonna make a Mega Man. They were gonna make Mega Man X into an FPS.
Yeah?
Glad they didn't do
Yeah,
that.
there was a weird. It was like some test footage that it was either released or leaked from Capcom in like the early 2010s. But they were gonna try to make like a gritty Mega Man reboot as a first-person shooter.
Wow, this game runs like fucking dog
Yeah, well,
shit.
I'm struggling to tell what I'm looking at sometimes.
Yeah.
I actually, before this was officially released and you just had to, you know, yo-ho it ran so much fucking better.
I mean, probably because it wasn't running on like real SNES hardware.
I guess so, yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
To be fair, even on the SNES, like this fucking...
I mean, this is impressive as shit.
Oh,
I
agreed.
mean, for an SNES game, this is like stupid impressive.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a shame that they just like didn't like it's fine. It's a
would've
good
came
thing it
out if
finally
they-
got released, but it's a shame they didn't just fucking release it. It was basically done.
Yeah, maybe they would have done it if they took Miyamoto's tree advice.
Yeah.
Never know. In another timeline.
Smoke trees.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I feel like it's sad too that there was no Star Fox on Switch, because I feel like the Switch has been the system that has been pretty good about, you know, keeping franchises alive. They haven't really had their time in the spotlight, have been getting some good entries on it. Obviously, there's still a bunch that haven't, like, hasn't been a new Kid Icarus in forever, or F-Zero, or...
Yeah,
I mean, to be
that's
fair,
true,
there was
that's
F-Zero
true.
99, so it wasn't completely abandoned.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure, but it could have been more.
Yeah, you're right.
I do appreciate that what you're like that yes, the Switch became like the let's revive this IP console.
Like, Metroid
Yeah.
has been doing really well on Switch after being kind of silent for the entire Wii U generation. You got a brand new one in Dread, which was fantastic. And you
Yeah.
got, and Metroid Prime Remastered is fantastic.
Oh
and
my
then
God,
Prime
it's
4
so
looks
good.
great. Pikmin's been doing really well on Switch.
Oh yeah.
Where every game available on that. And I've never even played a Pikmin game, and I'm happy for the Pikmin fans.
Yeah, like fucking 3 is phenomenal, and then 4 grew on me.
Did it?
Like, it did,
Okay.
actually.
I was
Like,
wondering about that 'cause I
it
know it was
actually
kind of,
weirdly gets better.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard good things about 4.
We should play Pikmin on the channel.
You see, that's one of the things I wanted to do was split Joy-Con Pikmin.
Oh, that could be fun.
We can try it, I guess.
Because that requires cooperation, and somebody's going to be controlling the Pikmin's positions at all times.
So it's kind of yeah, because isn't like somewhat real. It's like it's like an RTS sort of.
Yes and no. Well, actually, no. Yes, it is.
It's an RTS, but you're like in there with it. Like
Yeah.
you're not just observing from a far off distance.
Correct. You are the strategy.
You are the strategist.
And
Yes.
other weird niche franchises, like we were talking about Xenoblade earlier.
Yeah, Xenoblade made a comeback.
Xenoblade went from a weird niche Wii game and had a spin-off on Wii U
Yeah, I was
to a
gonna say.
fucking massive trilogy. And actually, with the Xenoblade Chronicles X just came out on Switch again, so the entire series is there.
Yes, it is. You're right.
Yep.
But that also makes me more mad that like because I'm thinking like what Wii U games are left that have never gotten Switch ported, and the biggest ones for me are the HD remasters of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Like, because those feel weird that they just haven't ported those to Switch already.
But you did get a Skyward Sword HD.
Okay, but
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's a remake we didn't need.
yeah,
Yeah, no, you didn't. It's such a waste of a remake.
Yeah, and the one entry that like is the most okay, you port the most divisive entry out of the those 3D Zeldas that everyone wanted to play.
Well,
on Switch.
they did make remakes of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the 3DS.
On the 3DS.
Yeah, but at the very
Port
least,
those.
Yeah, port those.
You can still play the originals of those on Switch.
That is true.
If you're like a new, let's say let's say you get a Switch as like a kid, or maybe an adult who didn't grow up on Nintendo stuff, and you play the first Zelda game you play is like Breath of the Wild because it's super popular and it came out early on Switch. You're like, okay, cool. Let me play the other games. Okay, cool. The original Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, they're all on NSO.
Yeah.
And then you can play Link's Awakening through the remake of like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, which are some of the most popular games in the series, and they're just not available.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
And it's like, yeah, it's not that hard if you just, emulate the original GameCube versions or just get a Wii U secondhand or something, which is like fine, but it's like, it would be nice to have a more convenient way to play those games.
Take to the ground.
Let me tell you how to control a walking crowd.
I already know how. Shut up. Oh, okay, I didn't know I could spin.
Well, now you know you can spin.
Oh, wait. Spin. Oh, like that. Planetary missile headed for crit. Oh, great. I can't fucking do anything about that.
What about you, Dan? What would be your pitch for a Star Fox game?
I definitely would try to do something similar to Assault, but I would definitely have a little bit more story mechanics. Maybe I would have it, instead of you being like center back, I would probably do closer to like second person shooter. So like closer to like Gears of War.
Oh, God.
Third person shooter? What do you say?
No, I'm
that's
saying
not what
like
second person is, Dan. Second person doesn't
yeah, it's like
exist.
over the shoulder.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, over the shoulder.
Yeah, over the shoulder shooter.
I mean, to be fair, I was gonna say Nintendo doesn't really fill the third-person shooter niche. And I'm like, wait, no, it's Splatoon. Splatoon's a thing.
Yeah.
Splatoon is a thing.
Splatoon is a thing. But it's also crazy that kind of became a full series on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, because they got the second and third game, and then the yeah.
And it became, I'm pretty impressed. Splatoon is probably their best like recent success as far as like a new franchise goes, because
I think we're all forgetting about ARMS.
I was about to say ARMS and no.
No, I know.
I love ARMS.
I do love ARMS too. I like it a lot. It's just it doesn't have a lot of merit to stand on after a while.
Unfortunately. It's like great for like an afternoon with like your family at like Christmas, but that's really it.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I love that game.
It is fun.
Yeah. If they just added more shit to do, then that would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, if they made use of the mechanic more, it would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah. But we're here now.
I love slideshows.
Yeah.
Yay!
I love seizure warnings. You're playing as Slippy right now, right?
Yeah. And my partner's Peppy.
Peppy.
Because they both have the same type of ship.
Yes!
Have you seen any of the memes about Prime 4 where it's like the meme of it's like the guy levitating the pizza with his mind, but it's Samus?
Oh, I saw a version of that, but it was Samus and Ness and one other character.
Oh, I didn't see that, but that's pretty good.
But yeah.
You can open doors.
I love
Your mind.
No, I love that fucking phrase, because like, what is it with Nintendo sometimes where they'll advertise game mechanics that are like so like mundane that no one thinks about them anymore, but they announce them like they're a brand new thing. It's like, with these powers, she can operate mechanisms and open doors. I'm like, cool. I
her
played a
mind.
Metroidvania before. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because like that's the one meme I kept seeing was like, who's gonna tell Nintendo that opening doors with your mind is not a selling point?
I'm hoping they'll like lean more into, because it's weird. Even though the game's coming out this year, it feels like they're still withholding a lot of info on it, because it's like that trailer basically said it was cool to see, but it showed very, very little.
Do you think they'll talk more about it in the Switch 2 presentation?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they're
Yeah.
like being quaint about it, because the Switch 2 it might be like a cross-gen game, so they'll want to push it more alongside the Switch 2. Kind of like Breath of the Wild with the Switch and stuff.
Yeah, because they kind of did the same thing with Breath of the Wild, where they kind of withheld that for a while until...
It was actually kind of funny. It was actually kind of inverted with Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild...
Fuck yeah.
If you remember, like the Wii U and like the Wii U in 2015
back.
was like in dire straits.
Yeah.
Like in 2015, 2016, the Wii U and Nintendo in general was not doing too hot.
Yeah.
And Breath of the Wild was like the one big game that everyone was still looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like it was really promising.
Yep.
So if you remember, E3 2016 was kind of funny because Nintendo showed up with Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like literally,
Yeah.
because that was in the time period when the Switch was still codenamed the NX, if you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And like everyone, the NX, they announced the NX publicly as they were working on a successor to the Wii U, but there was no information about it yet, and they weren't ready for it yet. So it was kind of clear that the Wii U was dying, and they were trying to like get everything prepped for a new system, but the new system wasn't ready to show off yet. So when E3 came around, they had nothing really to show. So they said, "Fuck it, we'll do a full big reveal of Breath of the Wild. You can play it on Wii U at the convention, and we're literally gonna show nothing else."
Yeah.
To be fair, that game fucking rules.
Yeah, it does rule. And,
It
and to
does.
be, as far as any other games they could use to make an entire event out of, that is the best game to do that for.
That is true,
yeah.
Because it was a massive event. And launching it alongside the Switch day one was a genius stroke.
God, they nailed that shit. What
You
do we?
know,
Well, they took off like so ungracefully, and then they landed with like a ballerina's like.
Well, it's kind of funny. I feel like it's still crazy to think about. The Switch had an insanely good first year. 2017, like March, like the first year, like March 2017 when it came out.
Yeah.
Because let's see, it launched with Breath of the Wild. A month later, you got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, yeah.
And then Splatoon 2 was a couple months after that.
Yeah.
And Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade 2. What else? There's a bunch of other shit that's in that first same year. ARMS.
Arms. Yeah. 1-2 switch.
Yeah, ARMS, 1-2 switch. 1-2 switch, fucking snipper clips.
Snipper
dude.
clips, yeah.
I fucking love snipper clips.
And if as far as third-party stuff goes, Sonic Mania came out that same year.
Yeah,
Came out that
that's
same year
right.
on, and it came out
did.
on Switch, which was a great way to play it.
Yeah.
At the time, Mario plus Rabbids was in that same year also, I think.
Was it the same year? I
Yeah.
thought it was a year later.
No, I think it was within the same year. Hold on. Now I gotta look at this because I remember it was crazy.
You must neutralize Andros. Go.
All right, I'll do that.
Fulfill your destiny.
I'll do it once I heal.
Oh.
Hear me, Star Fox. I, Star Wolf, will defeat you now.
Oh God, he looks so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so just in 2017 alone, the first year the Switch came out, we got Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Mario plus Rabbids, Splatoon 2, ARMS, Xenoblade 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Fire Emblem Warriors, Pokken Tournaments, Snipper Clips, 1-2 Switch.
Who could forget Vroom in the Night Sky?
Oh, everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite only eShop game for the longest time.
Christ on a bike. I still think fucking Mika and the Witch's Mountain was infinitely better.
Yeah, of course it was.
It's like Vroom in the Night Sky upgraded.
But also we have to remember that a lot of the year one Switch games that came out were ports.
Mario Kart 8.
Pikmin 3.
Yeah.
Pikmin, yeah.
Did that come out the first year, though? I don't
Pikmin
think
3 Deluxe, I feel like took a little while to get there, didn't it?
Yeah,
It's still
it took a while. A lot of them were in the second year, I feel like, because you also got, because we got 3D World plus Bowser's Fury in like 2022, I think.
Yeah.
Something
And-
like that.
I died.
Oh God, you are blowing this.
He's hard. But I'm harder.
I just kind of like that it feels like I was pretty happy with Nintendo this generation, just for the sake that it felt like,
Oh, they killed it
yeah,
this
even if not
generation.
every franchise got representation, it felt like every niche got something to play. In the sense where it's like if you like platformers, you were fucking eating this generation.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
if you liked RPGs, you were fucking eating this generation because
Oh, yeah. If you like
just-
farm games.
Yeah. Just with Nintendo alone, you had Xenoblade and Fire Emblem,
Yeah.
which had a ton of entries in this generation.
The best
and then
farm games.
Tons of third-party support. Like almost every mainline Final Fantasy ended up on Switch.
Oh, in you go.
Also, weirdly good generation for like the 5 Nintendo fans that are into like the point-and-click games because they got like the Famicom Detective Club games came
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Oh,
The remastered Sam & Max games came out for the Switch, too.
so many just fun niche games that came out.
We've been eating pretty good these last couple years.
Yeah, Metroidvania fans been eating both in terms of Metroid and indies because you got Metroid Dread and Prime Remastered, but also like Hollow Knight and
Oh yeah, Hollow Knight.
Pretty much,
Silk Song.
yeah, pretty much every indie Metroidvania outside of Silk Song came out and was on Switch.
This game is coming to Nintendo Switch family of systems.
Nintendo's. Ow!
The Nintendo bitch, because we'll make you one. We'll make you ours.
Yeah.
Just transform.
I'm trying to. And
The only thing,
wait to get
okay,
out of the loading thing.
I'm just hoping to God the Switch 2 has
Games?
better. Well, I'm hoping it has games. I mean, to be fair, it will have games because it'll play Switch 1 games. So by default, it will have games.
It will have.
Yay!
Nintendo Switch 2 has games.
Okay, so that's cool. Can it also have UI worth a damn?
Yeah. Can we have a creative menu, please?
Can we have some ambient music?
Oh my god, please.
Like
every console has had one except this one.
Like, okay, I get Nintendo, they were trying to do a hard shift from the Wii U, where the Wii U had all these quirky features, and the Wii U wasn't doing great, and the games weren't really delivering, or at the very least, the games were delivering, but there weren't enough of them. So, like, Nintendo was like, okay, strictly business, we're not doing any funny business with our menus, it's just gonna be, here's your games, play them.
Yeah, that wasn't the problem.
So, like, I get it from that perspective, that they're like, fuck it, we're cutting all the fancy shit that doesn't need to be there, we're putting everything into the games. Fantastic, that worked out for well of them. But you could spare like a nice little pleasant ambient track when you play some games. Maybe some fucking, make some folders that are easier to access.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like a folder system that doesn't require you to go into the back closet of your system to actually find.
Yeah.
Spare themes.
Nintendo
Spare themes.
Yeah, you don't like basic black or basic white.
Do you like how they made an entire menu for that?
Yeah, and then there's two options, the fucking traders. It's also kind of a thing that pisses me off about the PS5 too, because at least the PS5 has a thing where like it shows the full screen art of the game that you're gonna
there
play
it is.
and it has custom.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There's
my
Cube
God.
Andros.
Oh my god. And like PS5 has has ambient music and also custom music depending on the game you're highlighting.
Yeah.
Which is great, but I miss the fact that like on the PS4 you could like make folders that you could easily access on the front menu to organize all your games.
Yeah.
And instead it does the same thing the Switch does with the PS5, where you have to go into your full game list, which requires scrolling all the way to the right, and then tab away to then find your folders.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the even point at that point?
It's true. Also, this is the final boss. I hope you guys like it. Put a lot of time and effort into it.
Oh, he's gone.
God, I wish I could go third person.
Imagine.
I wouldn't dare.
You wouldn't dare
Any
imagine.
question Nintendo? What do I have, a death wish?
Hey, at least it's not an eye hand boss.
It's pretty damn close.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just it's a face boss.
It's an eye boss.
It's an eye boss, yeah.
I wonder if every time they come up with one of those those like two hands and a head, floating head bosses, like they don't realize it's just the same thing again. They're just like, guys, I have a crazy idea.
Shoot him in the eyes.
Guys, you are never gonna believe this idea that I came
he's a
up with.
floating head with two hands.
And now he's God.
Now he's a cube who shoots pictures of himself. Did I win? What?
I think you won. God damn.
You just beat the game.
Yeah, that took 30 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
Woo!
An hour, my ass.
That took an hour for me to. It took me an hour last time, and I died. So I don't know how I did that so quickly
Well,
this time.
is it like Star Fox 64 where there's like alternate paths and alternate endings and stuff?
No.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I think
That was just a bunch of cheap walk cycles.
I think the original ROM of this game is harder than this version, because this version gave me way more like health pickups and like chances to recover my health. In the like original unreleased ROM version, there's like no health pickups whatsoever, and you just have to fucking like be good.
Adios, Android.
I mean, it feels kind of arcadey in that sense.
Yeah,
But
which is fine, but like they gave me health pickups in this version, which I'm fine with. I like it. It made it easier, but also that was a 30-minute experience.
Wow. Star Fox 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean seriously, I guess
can't wait for Star Fox 3.
I guess I'm just goated.
I think you can wait.
Wow, now we get to look at all the enemies.
I miss when they would do this.
Yeah.
Have a roll call for all the enemies. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I miss that too. Yeah. Oh man, I wish they did that more.
Yeah, I get the shit out.
Oh, there he is, Shigumi. You know, that guy loved to smoke in people's faces. And say the
I'm talking about trees and bugs and
bugs
shit.
and shit, yeah. Oh, to be a Nintendo programmer in the year 1996.
Probably stuck in the same fucking building we saw.
Yeah, you're probably the building.
The building.
The building with the corner.
The Canon Betrayer.
What a fucking awesome name.
I know.
I'm gonna name my kid that.
Cannon Betrayer?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his full first name?
Cannon Betrayer. It's her first name.
Is your son gonna be Mirage Dragon?
No, that's gonna be my dog. This is Cannon Betrayer and her dog Mirage Dragon.
I can't wait for your kid to hate you. Holy shit. The Wolf Team.
Who told you the name of my high school theater
Marcus.
Your heart. Okay.
group? Fiend.
Fiend.
That was fun.
Wow.
Push start. I'll push start.
Okay.
Don't tell me what to do.
Wait, they were gonna say something.
What?
Well, too late now.
Not unless we go back in time.
Holy shit.
Wow, I did really well. I thought
Wait.
I did.
You gotta see. That's still pretty good.
You know what they say? C's get degrees, so you're good.
They do. C's do
That
get
is
degrees.
truth. Technically, that can apply to anything between D, C, and B. B's get degrees, C's get degrees, D's get degrees.
It is true. Where's
I thought D's don't get degrees.
D is a passing grade, so you can still get a degree.
You should have in VRS.
Versus
verse?
Vers.
Vers.
gaming. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for
Star Fox
fucking
2.
watching.
Hope you learned something today.